Hey, how are you? I'm Slice of Otaku, and Jasper is a very troubled character. Her aggressively confrontational nature is very much fueled by a past littered with turmoil and misfortune, which is a subject I've gone in depth with in a video before, which I really suggest you check out if you're at all interested in the trauma of her character. But I've come to realize that although we know quite a bit about Jasper, there is just so much that we've yet to see and understand. Currently, we have a few general ideas as to what she's experienced, like once serving under Pink Diamond, and now currently serving under Yellow Diamond. But from there stems further questions we've yet to have answered, like how closely and for how long did she serve under Pink Diamond? The answer to which would dramatically impact the significance of Pink's death upon Jasper. If Pink was merely a leader whom Jasper had admired from a far distance, then the emotional reaction is, well, that kinda sucks. But if she did frequently share the same vicinity as her diamond, then that says so much more. With that, we could very well be compelled to this situation just as much as we are when it comes to Pearl losing Rose, or maybe even more so considering the bleakness of the situation. When it comes to Yellow Diamond, what was the transfer like for Jasper? I imagine it must have been shameful for her as a warrior, especially when placed under the eyes of Homeworld. And based on the interactions between Holly Blue Agate and a few members of the Thamethyst, it's clear that there is a degree of prejudice against gems based on the terrain in which they emerged. In this case, the Beta Kindergarten of Earth, a failure of a colony. And after all, we know that Jasper frequently wrestles with her own issues related to self-worth, so surely this doesn't help. So yeah, there still remains a huge layer of mystery surrounding this character, one which I think will have to unveil to properly salvage her, something which Rebecca Sugar has expressed she very much would like to do. Now, in the past, I've gone on record to say that I believe Lapis will play a pivotal role in Jasper's recovery, but I don't believe she'll be utilized initially, and I'm not just saying that because she herself has things she's yet to resolve. It just seems like that sort of thing would be more so during the rehabilitation phase. First and foremost, we'd have to cure her corruption, and even when it comes to that, I don't think she'll be the first gem to be uncorrupted, but I also don't think the cure will be universally identical across all gems. And as I've already said like 100 times on this channel as it is, in the episode Monster Reunion, Garnet describes corruption to be a tear of the mind. And so after placing her in a more calm and reasonable state, Steven's interactions with Centipedal throughout the episode consists of salvaging her memories. A semi-corrupted Centipedal is momentarily drawn away from the more animalistic nature corrupted gems are prone to in favor of self-awareness. Although Centipedal may have reverted back, Steven managed to make a lot of positive progress with her, letting us know that we're on the right track here. But just for good measure, let's make it 102 times. Corruption is a tear of the mind. No amount of physical healing by Steven will ever completely be a cure, whether that be via spit or tears. And so I once again have to push a concept I've been calling for since the early days of this channel: entering the mind of a corrupted gem. Let's take examples from Chillytid, the new Lars, Kiki's Delivery Service, and arguably even Mindful Education. Each example demonstrating a variant of Steven's mental connection ability. With Chillytid, which I'll never know how to properly pronounce, Steven enters the conjoined minds of Lapis and Jasper, two gems. In the new Lars, Steven completely possesses Lars's body for the majority of a day, a human. In Kiki's Delivery Service, Steven enters the mind of Kiki voluntarily each night, ultimately remedying the issue which plagued her at the time. And with Mindful Education, which once again is debatable because the visuals could be just spectacle, Steven, as a component within the fusion of Stevani, projects their mind state as a shared plane of existence, expressing and coming to terms with emotions. Now, if each of these examples stems from a singular ability, then theoretically, it should be possible to use them in conjunction, which would be a major step in treating Jasper. You see, the reason I emphasized how much we don't yet know about Jasper earlier in the video was to give you guys a frame of reference as to how little Steven knows about Jasper, because it's already pretty clear that Jasper knows next to nothing about Steven. After all, she still refers to him as Rose. The thing is, they both think they have each other completely figured out, which couldn't be any further from the truth. And let's not forget the name of the game. Steven runs this show for better or worse, so it's very important that he's able to establish solid ground with Jasper if she's to ever be salvaged. And all in all, I think this could be a very interesting, informative, and emotional endeavor for both Jasper and Steven. If I could ask for anything though, please, for the love of Claude, do not overdevelop her. I don't want a repeat of what happened to my Paradox. We just need to find a reasonable middle ground instead of having her become a simply happy camper. And to address something I've seen appear every now and again whenever I mention Jasper, I think the Crewniverse very much has a responsibility to do something positive with this character, same as Lapis. The two of them together represented a toxic relationship on both ends, and so to leave this troubled character's issues unresolved would be a bit of a disservice to the viewers. Considering the relationship may be reflective of some of the messed up stuff some fans have gone through in their own lives, it'd be irresponsible not to provide an example of change or reform. And yeah, I know not everyone changes, and it may very well be a rare occurrence, but it is so very important to make a conscious effort to change and consider the feelings of others. Recognizing there is a problem and you are a part of it is the first step, one we've covered thoroughly at this point. So they just need to provide the rest. I hope you all enjoyed the video and are able to look forward to more Jasper in the future, and I guess just more Steven Universe in general at this point. In the comments, let me know some of the things you're curious about when it comes to Jasper's past. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.